Security testing is something which is pivotal and mandatory to establish a safe transformation for both the employees and the customers.
Quality is the responsibility of the team. The QA professional needs to be that subject matter expert.
Get QA involved as early as you're determining the strategy.
Agile needs a QA mindset that is completely changed. If you have a guy who's coming into Agile with a waterfall mindset, then that guy is not a QA.
Hello, and welcome to the Future Strategies in Engineering Quality series, brought to you by the Business Transformation Network and their editor and your host, me, Claudia Falzon. This interview was part of a video series in partnership with A1QA. A1QA is a next-generation software testing provider offering a full range of QA services for more than 19 years. As always, if you enjoy our podcast, please subscribe and leave a review. All links from the conversation will be shared in the show notes or whichever app you listen to your podcasts on. You can also watch the full series at thebtn.tv. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. Today with us, we are joined by Preeti Puppala, who is a software quality engineering manager and solutions delivery lead at Clario. Now today, Preeti will look at discussing what quality means to her and how organisations can embed QA through a digital transformation project. So thank you so much for joining us today, Preeti. If you could just start by giving us a little introduction to yourself and your role for our listeners.
My name is Preeti Puppala. I'm the Software Quality Engineering Manager working with Clario.
So starting with the first question, what does quality mean for you?
Quality, what I feel is it's a best practices, right? Because every industry has got their own best practices. We come from clinical trial industry. So from the clinical trial industry, for us, our patient information, our customers are more important. Delivering the customer service, having that excellent customer service is our brand. For me, quality implies not only, having those regular kind of testing practices, but also it is at every handoff, coming to the data collection, data analytics, and all this again embeds into software testing very nicely because we all deal with data day in, day out. And as well as, it's not really the sole responsibility of, as an engineer, it's just not my quality engineer responsibility. It's coming from the whole organization. For example, let me take human resources, right? They have their own best practices. So quality lies even in HR practices. So I feel that quality is there in every department, but we are more conscious in the technological industry than in other arenas.
Absolutely. So how do you embed QA through a digital transformation project?
From my perspective, being in the IT industry, I would say QA definitely plays an integral part for successful digital transformation because many companies are going digital, right? Which is great. At the same time, exposed to security threats. And what I think is, and again, industry gurus can also, explain this. Companies need to ensure the data of both the users and the employees is safe and secured. So I feel QA plays a major role here because security testing is something which is pivotal and mandatory to establish a safe transformation for both the employees and the customers. So I think, definitely QA plays a major stepping stone in every organization. Let's start with ease of usability, look and feel of the applications, great user experience. All in all is delivered by QA operations. So I think, yes, QA does play a major role within the digital transformation. And I think that's my 2 cents.
And can we train our employees to embed a culture of QA, do you think?
Embedding QA into digital transformation is a project in itself because change and transformation is always the heart of conversation, right? We believe in success and we believe whenever there's a change and transformation, it's business evolution. So as organizations continue to build their technological capabilities, leadership should be conscious of the principle that digital transformation is equal to the business evolution. So to evolve with this future readiness as a business, one must be customer-centric to cater to the unfolding customer needs and also deliver excellent customer experience. So for me, technology transformation is not alone with digital transformation, But what I think is every organization is unique. So digital investments could be, they need to be perfectly balanced with technology, innovation, operations, customer, people, and governance. And governance is one such, major transformation, because quality comes into picture with governance. So, and quality at every handoff is really essential, because it's just not the sole responsibility of the quality engineers, but it is also the responsibility of the stakeholders coming to the, throughout the operations group, coming to the business analyst, developers, project managers, or the maintenance team. It starts from, gathering through requirements through the software delivery and maintenance. So all in all, I think QA embedding into the digital project is itself a major transformation. So yeah, I think I would say these are the major considerations which every company has to take into picture.
Thank you. And what would you say an optimized testing infrastructure looks like?
As soon as we have small chunks of code, it's easier to identify any defects in the early phase than in the late phases. So having the quality engineers to be part of the development phase from the early stages will actually save a lot of, money, and also deliver quality with a much more high quality product. So I would say, yeah, incorporating testing from the early stages of development is the first tick box. And the second thing would be creating precise and valuable test suites. What I mean by this is, if you have a test suite that is, repetitive, or that is not meeting the requirements, or that are too lengthy, then when you're running or executing the test cases, you actually don't know what is the aim of your test suite is. So having that crisp and concise test suites is really essential. If I say just testing, it's a whole software development lifecycle model. So within the SDLC, I would say using the right tools, the right frameworks, the right methodology is again very much essential for optimizing testing infrastructure. And also, as part of testing strategies, I would say conducting regular intervals is really essential, because having those peer reviews, having those inspections, those walkthroughs is really essential for having that optimized infrastructure. At the same time, we should also have a proper use of automation. The reason I'm saying automation is because these days, every industry would want to automate their testing, methodology, or the testing, the functional testing. It's good to have automation, and I'm really, a fan of automation. But at the same time, I would say we need to have best coding practices within the utilization of automation, because we can't always automate everything.
Now, moving on to the last question. What 3 aspects of digital transformation should QA professionals be involved in?
I would say, again, a growth-oriented autonomous digital enterprise delivers value with competitive differentiation, enabled with agility, customer centricity, and actionable insights. For me, these 3 are the main aspects of digital transformation, because, as an industry, one needs to be agile, because we have to meet those day in, day out changing technology capabilities, and also be there for our customers and be customer centric, be customer focused. And as well as when we are being flexible and being customer centric, we are organically going into the next step of having those actionable insights. So for me, to be successful, organizations must develop new operating models that enable key technologies which actually deliver a transcendent customer experience, support enterprise, DevOps team, apply automation wherever feasible, and drive data-based business outcomes, safeguard the organization through adaptive cybersecurity. Because I think we all are so much, exposed to security threats, and as companies, I think that is one of the main. Point to consider.
Wow, some really good points there. So I think that's concluded our conversation really nicely. So thank you for joining us today, Preeti. We have really enjoyed having you on here. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. We really hope it gave you a little bit more of an insight into the future strategies in engineering quality. To learn more about A1QA and quality assurance services, please visit a1qa.com. For more content like this, please subscribe to the BTN website. We hope to see you next time for another fascinating conversation.